Hey everyone, welcome to Trading Paperbacks. I'm Josh Gilliam,
And I'm Gary Torres.
and we're here to talk all things comic books. We have 6 books in the stack to talk about this week, so let's get right into it. Gary, we're starting off today with Absolute Superman number 1 from DC Comics. This was written by Jason Aaron and drawn by Rafa Sandoval, and I believe that was a credit taken away from someone. Like, he had to drop out of the book and he took over. I don't remember right off who was originally drawing this book, but Jason Aaron is going to be on this run the whole way through. So, what did you think of issue 1 of Absolute Superman?
I think it was pretty good. I liked the Absolute Universe take on Superman, how it's supposed to be different from the original. I like it.
Man of the people.
Yeah. Going around the world, helping anybody he sees, really. He's still doing the same thing, but he's trying to be like more low-key about it.
Yeah, he's down to earth in this one, seemingly.
Yeah.
He was always down to earth.
Yeah, he was down to earth
farm.
because he was very humble as the original one.
What am I talking about?
Couldn't tell you.
So I think it's interesting he didn't leave Krypton as a baby. He was like a child still.
Yeah, he was about, it seemed like 10 years old. Like, he just seemed like a young kid at the time being on the farm on Krypton.
Yeah. So this focuses a lot on the L family. Like, we get Superman on Earth, but we get very little of it. A lot of this is set on Krypton, this first issue.
Yeah, majority of it's Krypton.
So this mainly follows his parents. His mom is like fixing tractors for people. His dad is like a safety inspector in the mines.
Yeah.
They were both supposed to be like big scientists, and then
Yeah, the original, they're big scientists, and then in this one, they had the qualifications to be the top scientists.
they're gonna be the big dogs.
The big cheese. But
And
then they
then-
started bad-mouthing, or not bad-mouthing, but really just
No,
saying...
they were bad mouthing.
Well,
You
yeah,
could say it.
but they were saying, really, that Krypton's in trouble, like they were doing before.
Mhm.
But since they didn't have their scientist like status yet, they were just considered blasphemers and were just discredited and said, "Hey, you're farmers now, low rank, just absolute bottom of the barrel."
Krypton's running a USSR situation out there. They said, "Oh,
Don't talk about the country bad. You talk about the country bad, you're
You
gone.
said our science is whack? Straight to the gulag."
You're done. Out of here. Leave.
Yeah, I think it's funny because we see Kal-El is older in this one, Superman. I think that implies that in the mainline universe where Jor-El is like the top dog scientist,
Mm-hmm.
he just like the planet just got fucked faster.
Yeah, because still as the top scientist, he's like, I see these problems, but like, I really don't have much leeway with the Council of Scientists.
Yeah,
Because I'm just another scientist here.
Because that's part of it. He's like, well, I can't convince the council to do anything in the main stuff, but here he's like,
He wants to push it, yeah.
I guess whoever was the big dog in this universe's scientist council must have been like childhood friends with the council.
Seems that way. They were just buddy and like, Dad, shut up, don't listen to that guy.
They got 10 years further.
They did.
So either Jor-El has no pull or he's a dick that they don't want to listen to.
It's either that or like they don't have as much because he was sent to Earth as a baby, Kal-El, but like I said, he's about a child of like maybe 6 to 10 in between there.
Yeah, somewhere there.
So a lot more time passed, and probably like the planet wasn't in as dire situations. So yeah, because he wasn't a scientist.
Yeah.
So probably took less of an effect on the planet.
Just a quality control guy.
Yeah.
Yep. So we have a Superman of the people. He's saving some miners out in like,
I think Africa.
Dude, I thought that was Brazil.
Oh yeah, it was about Brazil, yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
He's just saving some people out there. We're introduced to these peacemaker robots.
Mm-hmm. The peacemakers.
The peacemakers. Guarantee it would be anything else if James Gunn hadn't like jump started the IP.
Yeah.
But
Peacemakers, just something else.
we get the Peacemaker robots. They are kind of clashing with Superman, which I think is Jason Aaron, the writer. I think that's his way of being like, well, he doesn't kill, but an army of Peacemaker clones or robots, whatever these are, you can tear through those.
Yeah, they had his mentality before he was like, oh yeah, I don't do that. I don't kill. I don't like that.
Yeah.
I have to have reasoning, proper reasoning.
Yeah, and this Superman, he's got some like fun shaggy hair.
I like it. I like the hair.
Yeah, he's got the Bruno and Kanto cut going on.
He's got the Encanto cut.
I like it. I like the Superman. I like the suit. He has a Jarvis in it.
Yeah.
For some reason, that's usually in the Fortress of Solitude.
I love the suit's design too.
It looks really good. He's just got like two glowing things on his hips.
Yeah, I think he's got glowing arms too.
He's got like reactive fire.
I feel like it reacts to like his when he absorbs like the sun.
Maybe. I think he put a Fortnite skin on his wrist.
He did say right foot creep.
Yeah. He is, I don't know. He's just got some glowing parts on the suit that I don't know how they work, and I don't know why he has a Jarvis, but I don't know. I'm excited to see where they take this. I thought this was a pretty solid first issue.
Yeah, it was good. I liked it. It was very good.
Yeah. All right, Gary. X-Men number 7.
X-Men number 7.
This has been written by Jed MacKay. I think he's doing a great job on this X-Men series. I think a lot of people disagree with that, but I'm really enjoying it. I like the team. I like the dynamic. This, of course, is a flashback issue. We've been teasing the Iron Knight since issue 1. We've had this little girl who's claiming she's the reason that happened in the past issues 5 and 6.
Yep.
And so now we finally get the payoff, the reveal of what happened on the Iron Knight. I felt like it was really anticlimactic.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean, half of the issue, I feel like it probably should have been a 2-parter where, you know, we're talking lead up to it and then like the big fight, but we smush it all into one issue, and half of it is Magneto and Cyclops just crushing beers.
Oh yeah, they're at Cyclops' little lodge in Alaska.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, he's all about
they're just
my family's owned this property for years and now it's across from this monstrosity, and Magneto's like, point of view, buddy. Look at that. You're looking at your enemy's corpse.
Yep.
What the hell is wrong with that, dude?
Yeah, I think he's just trying to give him like the realism side of like he wants humanity to change, but like at the same time, Magneto's just been there. Like if they wanted to change, they could have, but they still just haven't. They've gone and done the same thing over and over again. They're just trying to be prejudiced.
Yeah. I love them hanging out and having a proper conversation. Feel like we don't normally get that, so I thought that was fun.
Yeah.
The girl in the past couple issues, spoilers, gets a mutant test that Beast runs and it comes back negative, but at the end of the issue we see like her hand change.
Yeah, it turns into like a lizard type of look.
Yeah, I thought it was like a werewolf kind of paw. I don't know. I guess
like
it'll be interesting.
And talons.
Did it?
Yeah.
Must not have looked into it that much. I don't know. It was weird. He was like, "Get the fuck out of here. You're not a mutant. You gotta go."
Yeah.
And then she is a mutant. I don't know what that's about.
Yeah. I don't know how she slipped past the test, but we'll see how that goes in the next issue.
What I hate is them hyping up that Magneto like something happened to him.
Yeah, that's right. In that issue, Magneto, like after they defeated the Sentinel that emerged from was it the factory that it emerged from? Yeah. After they defeated that Sentinel, they were trying to just relax, and all you see is Magneto's powers just start going haywire.
Yeah.
And he just starts magnetizing everything to himself.
Yeah, they defeat this like zombie Sentinel thing, and then he's like, Scout's like, "Hey, good work, man." And Magneto's like, "Oh, my powers! I can't stop them."
Yeah.
And then that's
Cyclops just knocks him out, but like they don't show it.
They don't show it.
They just pan to the next page, and they're like, "Did you really have to knock me out?" He's like, "Yeah, what else was I gonna do?"
I do like that. He's like, "The fuck else did you expect me to do here?"
Exactly.
I don't know. I felt like that was really like crammed in there. Like I thought something was going to happen during the battle, but no, he's just standing around afterwards. He's like, That's new. That's not supposed to happen. And then he
Yeah.
just gets knocked unconscious.
Because I did like the setup of the fight when they're fighting the Sentinel. They gave that emphasis. I did like that. That was
Yeah.
very good. Just give me the clean shot. All I need is one good shot. Takes the shot.
Yeah, I feel like this should have been 2 parts. I feel like the fight was over too quick. I feel like the Magneto thing was crammed in there.
Yeah, it kind of was. It felt a little bit crammed once you started getting about halfway through.
Yeah, which is a shame because I'm really enjoying this run of X-Men.
Yeah, it's good so far.
A little disappointed in this issue.
Yeah,
but
it's more build up is all.
We're gonna bounce back with issue 8 because that's that Radon Gray Mulkin storyline is where it's converging with Uncanny X-Men and this X-Men team.
I have been liking Uncanny.
Oh, Uncanny's been really good.
Yeah.
Wish we were talking about that this week. All right, let's get into what I think you and I will both end up agreeing is the best issue of the week. Absolute Batman #1.
I've been waiting.
From DC. This was written by Scott Snyder. Anything Scott Snyder touches with Batman
is
gold. He's got the Midas touch for Bruce.
It's literally just platinum at this point. It's just diamonds.
Yeah.
It keeps scaling up. Vibranium.
Yeah, dude, this book, it's so good.
It's really good. I love it.
This was the first book that came out in the Absolute line. We got the all-in special that kind of set up this like dark side universe. So everything's going to go wrong, but we still have, it's not evil heroes, it's good people like fighting the good fight in a fucked universe.
Yeah, they're average people instead of like your playboy millionaire Batman, your humble news reporter Superman. It's just a completely different take. Rebel Superman, freaking average Joe Batman.
And I love average Joe Batman.
He's fantastic.
He's just humongous.
He's huge for no reason, but I still love it.
I love it too.
It makes it better, really.
There's a bit in a gym where he's friends with all like villains. Like he went to school with them.
Yeah.
And he's friend like that was Killer Croc in the gym. I don't know if you picked up on that.
I did not.
Yeah, that's why he's holding that alligator. That's Killer Croc.
Oh. Yeah, because he was talking about he was going to be like a zookeeper, I think it was. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. He just tells him, like, hey, it's my turn on the punching bag. And he just breaks it.
Just shatters the bag. He's like, I'm going to charge you for the bag and the sand.
Yeah. It's like, get the fuck out of my way. It's my turn to break the punching bag. And Killer Croc is like, come on, dude, not again, please. So, yeah, I love him. What's interesting is I think narratively, this doesn't really follow Batman.
No.
This follows Alfred for the most part.
Yeah, it's Alfred narrating what's going on, really. And then it has snippets of, like, Bruce talking.
Yeah.
But, like, it's mostly just Alfred's narrative.
Yeah, we get the classic Batman's parents dying backstory and then, like, some bits here and there of, like, his Batcave setup. But this is Alfred narrating, and he's what I think is an MI6 agent in this. So I think it's really interesting that he's not a butler. He's like properly in the field. He's doing shit. His daughter won't talk to him.
Yeah.
I assume because he's done so much messed up stuff. So, and he's tracking this.
Yeah, he was first tracking somebody in, what's it called? It wasn't Africa. It was a small country in Europe, I think.
I don't even remember any of that. So much happens in this issue.
Yeah, because he was tracking him down for about 4 years, and then he gets reassigned, is what it was.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, he gets reassigned to, who was it? Because they had the whole setup going on at the town hall, I think it was.
Yeah, he's in Gotham.
Yeah. No, I mean, like, in Gotham, but, like,
yeah,
there was something going on
He's
in the town
meant
hall.
to be observing this group of bad guys.
Yeah.
But he's just there to observe.
Yeah.
But whoever he's working for is like, but if you come across this fucking guy in a bat suit, it's open season. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, we kind of build up to a town hall thing. I like the bad guy, how it's building up to that. We get Maroni in this and the other mobster whose name escapes me right now. But they're just like immediately taken off the board. I love that part of the book.
Yeah, they're just instantly flicked away. Because this Batman's more aggressive too, though, is the thing. He's more ruthless. He still doesn't kill, but he does really fatal blows, it feels like.
Yeah, no, the mobster were taken out by the bad guy. That's the part where they're talking about, like, the face masks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the bad guy, not Batman.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Come on, man.
It's been a while.
It's been a week.
That's too many books, remember.
We do read a lot of books here.
Too many books.
Yeah, I'm genuinely intrigued on who the bad guy is.
But it's still the best book of the week, if you ask me. It is.
I love when he goes to the town hall and he starts fighting people, and the logo. The logo, chest, the icon.
It just comes right off and turns into an axe.
Everyone made fun of it. They were like, it looks stupid. Why does it look like that? And then in this issue, we get the reveal that he just pulls out a little stick and connects it, and he just chops a man's hand clean right off.
And it must be heavy too, though.
It has to be so damn heavy.
Cut it clean off like that.
But he's built like that. He can carry that around on his chest.
Casually.
Yeah.
Hanging from ceilings. Just casually.
Yeah, and he's crazy. He doesn't have a cape. He has like almost like a whip infused into it.
Yeah.
Like bat claws, kind of like proper wings. It's really cool.
It was awesome.
They're cooking something crazy with this book.
And when Alfred jumps him because he showed up, he wanted to see how Batman was just fighting. He's like, "Oh, you're making them all really injured in the hospital, but none are worth like killing blows." Yeah.
And Alfred does the crazy bit where he like walks up behind him and says, "This is one of 3 of these guns in the world, and I know you know what it is.
I'm gonna put a hole in you.
I'm gonna put a hole in you." Yeah. And then he doesn't, and then Batman repurposes it. Oh, it's all so good.
Yeah,
it's
just
too
drops Alfred easily, takes his gun, rides off with Alfred's bike.
I wasn't initially gonna put this in the stack because it came out at this point like a month ago.
Yeah, it's been a bit already.
But I missed the first printing. I showed up to my local comic shop late, and they were like wiped out, and I'd forgotten to pull it.
At least you got your hands on at least the first issue. Doesn't have to be the first printing.
It was a second printing. I mean, the cover's really cool. I was surprised when I opened the cover, and they had printed the cover A of it.
Oh, yeah, it was on the inside.
Yeah, because you read my copy of it, because you also couldn't get your hands on this book.
Yeah, I think you only had what's it called? It was the only second copy, right?
Yeah, it was the last one I picked up.
Yeah.
Everyone wants this book.
It's a really good book, and it got rated high 90s by so many people. We
here on Trading Paperbacks use the League of Comic Geeks app that will leave ratings and stuff. Normally, you see like 500-600 people will rate a book. These Absolute books, Absolute Batman has like 4,000 people have rated it, and it is like a 98.
Yeah.
I mean, it is
proper reasoning.
It is an insane book. So anyone, please go read Absolute Batman #1. Us talking all about it, still you need to go read it for yourself because it's so damn good.
We could keep gushing about it forever, but we need to continue the ball rolling.
We really do. We got to get this ball rolling. Iron Man #1, Gary. This is from Marvel, of course, and this is actually first-time writer Spencer Ackerman. He was like a physicist or something, and they just handed him the keys to this. I don't know. I didn't have it pulled. I kind of showed up to the shop and there was a copy there. It wasn't like a cover A. It was a foil variant that actually looked really clean. Because you, once again, borrowed my book. But I guess that's the spirit of this Trading Paperbacks.
Exactly. We don't talk about whose book is whose.
Well, the next
sharing is caring here.
After Iron Man here, I nicked that from you. So... yeah, I just kind of picked this up because I looked at the reviews on it day of because I was curious, and it was reviewing really well. I was not expecting this to be good, especially after this Invincible Iron Man run that just wrapped up that had Emma Frost. It tied into the Fall of X stuff. I know you didn't read it.
No, I did not, because all these are like prerequisite type of things that you have to look into before hopping into a new series.
Yeah, so... I wasn't expecting it to be good, but it was highly rated, and I picked it up, and I really enjoyed this book.
I think it was very good.
I was surprised by this. It did kind of, to me, feel like a first-time writer who was cramming all of his wants and thoughts into this one book.
Yeah, you could tell he tried to put his all into the book. A little bit too much here and there, but like he did it good.
Yeah. I mean, For how much he crammed in here, I think it was written very well and executed very well.
Yeah, because he tried to like reference back to the source material of the other one so you can understand where this came from or where this came from. If you want to understand what happened here, then go check out this book, referencing the other books, giving the other writers their shine.
Yeah, we did get reference to the Mysterium suit from the Invincible Iron Man run that just wrapped up.
Yep.
So yeah, he's done his homework.
Yeah, he did the research.
Yeah. I think it's crazy that a third of this book is spent with Tony Stark in a coma.
That is pretty good, yeah. After the first, like, what is it, 3 pages? They're just like, oh yeah, now he's just in a coma.
Yeah. His suit malfunctioned, he fell, and he was just in a coma.
Yep.
And instead of being like,
I think it was for about a month.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was like, wow, I guess that lasted a little less this time. Comas keep getting shorter. Dude, you should know
The
that.
fact that you're in more than one.
Yeah. I mean, that's insane.
Yeah.
And at the top of this book, we find out Tony Stark is pro-union. Never would have guessed that.
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, and I think the suit he's using is looking good. The art on the whole, I think, is great.
Yeah, the art is very good. I like the art. I like that they're trying to bring in their version of Hulk-based characters.
Yeah, he is fighting like some weird Hulk people, isn't
he? Yeah, they get their version of the gamma serum.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd never heard of those people before. He just showed up and started
they just pulled them up Hulks. And they look pretty good, actually.
They do look good. I agree.
They're not like crusty looking where like everything is kind of distorted. They look like a full-fledged type of Hulk, but their own type of look. It's not the classic green of a Hulk or red. Like, it's nice.
They look like Hulks from Chicago.
I'm walking here. Blowing up a factory here.
Yeah, he's fighting Hulks. He's fighting magic in this for some reason.
He's fighting magic. Then he's fighting ownership.
Yeah, he's trying to keep his company because the board is like, what if we sold it now that you're back?
Because he wants to get rid of weapons again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's his big thing is the dude's always trying to demilitarize his company.
Yeah, demilitarize his company for like its best assets of the best weapons on the planet besides Wakanda, of course.
Yeah.
And the board's like, no, can't do that.
Yeah, they were very much against it, and
AIM is trying to buy it.
Yeah, oh, just a lot going on, but
yeah,
it was all written very well. He's trying to keep his company. I will say, I think the best joke in this is he goes to his first boardroom meeting, and the first thing he does is pitch an Avengers gambling app.
Yeah. And after the meeting's done, they're like, oh, yeah, I like your gambling idea, but I'm still going to try and take your company.
Yeah. Like, great idea. We love it. Well, this thing's still going on the market. You realize that, right? Like,
this is still mine. You're not going to keep this, you know?
Yeah, I thought it was all really good. This was part 1 of a Stark Roxxon War 3-part arc. I guess they're doing. So we'll see that wrapping up here in the next couple issues before the year end.
Okay.
I guess.
Sounds
I think
like a plan.
issue 4 didn't come out till like January.
Yeah, that's what I was seeing on the app.
Yeah. And then it's like Scarlet Witch. I don't know. I think this will be a decent run.
Yeah.
Based on issue 1. So if anyone's interested, go pick up Iron Man #1. Gary, Spirits of Vengeance #2. This is your bread and butter. I know it is.
My meat and potatoes.
I know.
The coup de grace for me.
This is one of the books that really got you like back into the fold of things, I think.
Yeah, it was my first one just because the week I started going to the comic book store, I think this one showed up, didn't it? Or was it the next week?
This was like the next week or so.
Oh, that's right, because I started with Black Knight, Curse of the Ebony Blade.
Yeah.
And then the next week, Spirit of Vengeance was coming out.
Mm-hmm.
And it looked very good.
Yeah, so this was written by Sabir Pirzada and was drawn. Good heavens, there's 1 million inkers and pencilers listed.
Everybody's got their toes dipping.
Yeah,
in
they got fingers all over this thing.
Mm-hmm.
And frankly, it looks phenomenal.
It's that many?
Main one I'm seeing is Chris Campana.
Okay.
So
we'll just say he's the the main guy for
It would
the
seem
moment.
he's a sketch artist.
Yeah.
Rather than doing all the artwork, it looks like they're doing the sketch artist, colorist route.
Because it feels like they do kind of change the art a little bit here and there. The penciling looks different.
Yeah, I think a lot of people aren't necessarily liking this book the way you're liking this book, Gary.
Yeah, I think I'm mostly liking this book because it's like one of my first, but like at the same time, the story and the writing, the artistry, it all looks pretty decent. So
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you why it's getting rated on the low side.
This isn't even one of your first because you've read, at this point, you've read so many.
I've read too many. It's just, it was towards my starting point.
Yeah. I've been enjoying this. This issue pretty much wholly focuses on Johnny Blaze.
Yeah, because from the first issue at least, it's jumping from one writer to the next. It's showing you the current locations of each individual writer.
Yeah.
So for some reason, Johnny Blaze just hears a cry for help, of justice from somebody at the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah.
A man that's on fire, let's say that, just casually breathing underwater, having some sort of Atlantean just hauling a boat.
I love that he's just
to a prison.
That is one of my favorite parts of this book. Is not the fights or anything. It's he's just having this poor dude pull a whole boat like a sunken ship, and he's just standing on it, and he has his bike parked on the ship,
boat.
and he's making this dude pull. And at one point, the guy's like, "Why'd you even have me do this? You brought
You
a
got the
motorcycle.
bike. Why would I have my bike haul the boat?"
And he's like, "Can I have a break?" And instead of like being any sort of understanding, I don't even remember what the dude did, but Ghost Rider's like, you should consider this your break because frankly, I could have killed you for doing the shit I found you doing in the first place.
I could have served you justice.
Yeah.
But this is your penance.
Yeah, hauling a shipwreck. Terrible.
So he thrashes up the prison, the Atlantean prison, to free a sea witch that gets him into the direction of the next writer for the next novel.
Yeah, is that where you think this is going? He's pointing him in the direction of some other Ghost Rider that needs to team
That's
up?
what I feel like, just because it's jumping to each writer so far. It's only shown off 3 writers, because the first book, it was already saying, oh, I'm going to go get this other writer, but not talking about Johnny. And they do mention Johnny, though, in the first book.
Yeah, I thought we only saw 2 in the first book.
Because one's in a prison, one's set up as a scarecrow, and Johnny's under the ocean currently.
You're right. Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, I don't know. I'm intrigued. It leaves us on the hook of like, oh, there's a secret now. Johnny Blaze knows it, and it was so intense he turned back into human form and sobbed in the sea witch's arms.
Yeah, I just hope it doesn't turn like the next novel. At least I hope they like at least meet up and try to conquer some sort of evil soon, instead of it being like just every issue is like, oh, let's bounce to another writer, another writer, another writer.
Yeah,
that it's all over the place and you can't keep track of where your story is going. That's what I'm hoping.
I really do hope they pull more of the Ghost Riders together because this is meant to be a team book.
Yeah, like a writer unison type of thing.
I'm hoping it's faster, like
yeah, because it is feeling a little bit slow.
Like I will talk about it here on when we talk about what we've been reading personally. But like the Fantastic Four books, the current Ryan North run, they're split up when we first meet them, but they are back together by issue 4. And I'm kind of hoping that's the direction we take things in here. Is like, there's not that many Ghost Riders. You know, we probably could have.
I think there's about maybe faster. 5.
Yeah.
I don't know the exact number, so don't quote me.
I really hope we see the Robbie Reyes Ghost Rider soon.
Yeah.
He's one of my favorites. Him and Johnny Blaze, I think, are the ones people.
Yeah, because Johnny's the iconic one. Everybody knows Johnny.
Because of Nicolas Cage.
Yes, Robbie Reyes is more of the newer ones if you're not looking at the films.
Yeah.
Because he's, I think, the current writer.
I believe so.
Or I think if he's not the current writer, at least he's the one before the current writer then.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm interested to see where this goes. Issue 3 comes out soon, I think. I thought they were doing a pretty quick turnaround between 2 and 3.
Yeah, issue 3 is coming up at the end of November, November 27th.
Wow, that was fast.
It
All
is
right.
around the corner.
This is our last book in our stack here, Gary. X Factor number 4.
I'm loving the X Factors.
Oh, X Factor has been so much fun. Although I think we had a little bit of a dip this week. But of course, this book is being written by Mark Russell, art by Bob Quinn. Like I said, I've been enjoying this series, but I think this was a little bit of a dip.
A slight dip. It's more of like just trying to connect to the team a bit, it feels like.
Yeah, this of all of the X-Men from the Ashes titles, this is maybe one of the ones that caught my eye the most because of that first issue.
Yeah.
Because that first issue was so good, where we have an entirely different team and they all die.
Yep.
Or at least are gravely injured.
There's only like 3 left.
Yeah.
From the original team, and then they bring in a whole new team. And that's kind of their thing, is the Suicide Squad, basically, where they're all expendable.
I love it. I love it. And Havoc is just desperately trying to keep everyone alive.
Trying to keep everyone alive, trying to keep everybody together, trying to stay in his relationship with his girlfriend.
Yeah.
Polaris.
Yeah. This series has been great, and I think we're going to move towards that. We'll spoil it since we're talking about issue 4, and this happened in issue 2. It looks like Polaris might be reforming a Brotherhood of Mutants kind of situation.
Yeah, she's at this point, it's like she's trying to follow in Magneto's footsteps, really.
So I think that'll be interesting to see how this develops. But starting out here on a week-to-week basis, I think issue 2 was really good because it set some stuff up. Issue 3 was I think issue 3 was fantastic.
Yeah, it started showing off Granny Smite a bit more.
Granny Smite might be my favorite member of this team right now.
Our favorite.
And this 4th issue really focused on Cecilia Reyes.
Yeah. Yeah, it did.
And she of this team is probably the least interesting to me.
Yeah, because so far she's been the least interactive, though. At the most, all she really was the medic. That's all they kept showing her. She kept getting texts each issue of, like, her boyfriend, and this issue's like, oh, so this is her boyfriend, by the way.
Yeah,
ex-boyfriend now.
This is very heavily involved in a romance arc that I just can't find myself caring about.
Yeah, it feels very left field from how the first 3 issues went. I think it's just because they wanted to touch on why she's so down, but, like, they dipped really the whole issue into that.
Yeah, they kind of wanted to bring this character front and center, but I've never thought her to be that interesting a character. Even in the Krakoan era, it was the same thing. She was just a doctor.
Yeah.
So
they try to confine her a bit to her role a bit more of playing the support, you know.
I don't see this character being much more than just support. It kind of felt like a filler issue to me because of that.
A little bit, yeah.
And also, we lacked Granny Smite in this issue.
No. It was heartbreaking that we couldn't get the Granny.
Her in the 3rd issue, I think, was so funny because we finally get the reveal of, like, hey, what are her powers? Oh, she can't die. She's immortal. And
yes, let me just take off my spacesuit. I could spacewalk casually because this won't affect me.
Yeah, it was so funny. She's touching, like, radiation rods and
she's like, is it this one or is there another one in there that I need to go get? Nope, that's the right one.
Yeah, it was great. I loved issue 3.
Yeah.
But issue 4, she has to sit it out because they go underground and she's...
Even though she can't die, she can still be trapped.
Yeah, that was the thing is, well, if this cave collapses, you know, we'll die, but you won't. And she was like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
You're right. I'll just be stuck underground forever. So...
Yep.
It
what
makes
year
sense.
Is it?
I get why they didn't include her. I'm really enjoying.
It's still disappointing,
yeah.
But you gotta do what you gotta do to keep somebody alive, even the person that can't die.
I like that in the beginning of this issue, we're seeing how the government's like making them change. Like they want Cecilia Reyes to get a code name, and I don't think we land on one in this issue.
No, we did not.
But they want that, and what I think is funnier is Pyro has that skull face tattoo,
and they had to get him,
and they make
told
him
to get it removed. Yeah,
For
He just covered the whole issue in just bandage wraps.
Yeah.
He's like, at least they don't find you scary because of your face tattoo.
I think this book really lands, I think, because of the humor it brings to it.
Yeah. And it's kind of a left field take on X-Men. It's like not a lot of the characters that you know for sure. If you know them, it's because like you really look into X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, it's like side characters where it's like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna look into them. I'm gonna do this, that. But they're really just like, oh, I'm here now. This is my front page.
The only one I really don't recognize is Frenzy.
Yeah, I don't know Frenzy at all.
She's the only one I really don't like. I could not tell you any of the books she's been in. Everyone else I've seen, I love Havoc.
Yep.
So
Havoc's really good, trying his hardest to just do the best he can, keep his relationship, just struggling to stay true to everything.
I was drawn to this book off of Havoc and Angel, so
yeah. And Angel's been
Angel
practically comatose since the first one.
Yeah, I think my favorite part of this book, Gary, is when they get to the mission site, and they keep referring to like, oh, we have to make TikTok videos, but they can't say TikTok for I guess legal issues, so it's Click Clock.
Yep.
And they get to the pod they have to take to the center of the earth, and he looks at the scientist and says, "Is there going to be good lighting?" And she's like, "You're going underground. What? What are you talking about?" And he's like, "We're like contractually obligated to, while we're saving the day, make these Click Clock videos."
The scientist is just like, well, you are the expendable one, so you know what? I'm not even gonna bother with this.
Yeah, she's like,
do what you got to do. I'm out of here.
I think the line was like, "Oh, you just want to die."
Yep.
Like, That's what it was. I love how little the government gives a shit about them.
They really are just the government's version of the Suicide Squad.
Yeah, this issue I think was detracted a little bit for me because I don't like spiders. And that is the main bad guy in this book is giant spiders.
Giant spiders that live underground.
And care for that.
Yeah.
So
immune to lava.
between spiders and between a primary focus on a love story I did not care about.
Yeah.
This is probably the weakest issue of this book to me.
So far, yeah.
Still enjoyable, I think, though.
It is good.
Yeah, and I think that really speaks how good this lineup is.
It doesn't feel like it's a terrible issue. It's just, it feels like it's lacking, though.
It just felt like a filler issue, I think.
Yeah.
All right, Gary, that was our stack for this week. We're going to get into a little bit. Well, first, what was your favorite book of the week?
Do I even have to say it?
We already said it. It's Absolute Batman.
Of course, it's Absolute Batman.
I'm a little disappointed it wasn't X-Men #7 for me personally, but that
it was good too.
That Absolute Batman #1, man.
It just blew everything away.
He fired on all cylinders making that book. He really did.
Yeah, it was great.
So our big recommendation from this one is go pick up Absolute Batman #1. Gary, what have you been reading this week?
What have I been reading this week? Well, you handed me off your Uncannies, your X-Men, so I can try and catch up. I've just been binging through a lot of stuff to like try and get up to date with what's going on.
Yeah, I'm pulling a lot of X-Men stuff at the moment since the relaunch. So I know I've been handing you off like my X-Men books. I handed you off Uncanny. I think I'm sending you off with Wolverine this week.
Oh boy, time to fry the brain.
Yeah, how are you enjoying them?
I'm really liking them. I'm not going to lie to you. I got into the Moon Knight series.
Yeah, you were telling me about that.
Not the 1 through 30 though. I forgot what it was called. It was a prequel to the current Moon Knight, Fist of Khonshu.
Vengeance of Moon Knight.
Vengeance of Moon Knight. Thank you. Yeah, I caught up to that to read Fist of Khonshu because you handed me Fist of Khonshu #0.
I mean, it was just on the app.
Well, yes, but you still got me into it.
All right.
But it was supposed to be the narrative to Vengeance. So I read through Vengeance 1 through 9, which was honestly very good.
Yeah.
I had to pick up 8 and 9 at the local comic book store.
Yeah, we read stuff on Marvel Unlimited, and I think they only had 1 through 7, and you walked in there like 2 days later, and you were like, I need the other 2.
Yeah, I was already binging too hard. I was like, I need to see what happens next as it ties into Blood Hunt and that spiral.
You've been on a crazy tear of the the supernatural side of Marvel
Yeah,
Comics recently.
it's very interesting for me because everybody knows like your X-Men, your Fantastic Four, your
Mm,
Wolverine. Everybody knows like the mainstream stuff. Like I like the supernatural side of it just because like it's it's magic, it's mutations,
mm-hmm.
it's stuff that's like not in the ordinary of like regular magic. It's not super soldier serums. It's not just like
Yeah.
it's not the stuff you're used to. It's something different,
Yeah, I know you've been
even
reading
if it's not
through
popular.
you read through a lot of Blood Hunt, you did the Blade books.
Yeah,
No, not Blade,
not yet, not yet.
Black Knight.
I did the
Curse of
Black
the
Knight.
Ebony Blade. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
You actually we're going to the comic book shop after this, and I think you have Blade Red Band.
yeah, I have it on my list of things to get.
I think I asked for that one for you. Like that
Yeah,
was
you
one of the
did.
days I went without you or something.
Yeah,
That should be coming in soon. I feel like it's been a minute.
it's been I think a month at
And
least.
and issue 2 comes out soon, so gotta
Yeah,
gotta hurry up with that.
yeah, I'll pick up my number two.
Yeah. No, you've really been tearing through the supernatural side of
Yeah,
Marvel
it's
Comics.
just very good. I tried to get into the Blood Hunt, like I said. I saw like a little bit of magic because I want to get into something magic related. Gotta wait till January for
Yeah,
when
Magic
Magic's book
is
comes out.
and she's in that X-Men, that mainline X-Men book right
Yeah,
now. So I
I'm
know you were
liking that
enjoying
too.
that.
Yeah, I would be pulling Psylocke, but you're already pulling it, so like I'm not crazy about picking it up. So
My
I'll just give it a
bad.
read.
Yeah, Magic's getting her own book in January. I figured that was going to be up on your pull list.
Yeah.
So, and that's an ongoing series. That's not a mini.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
More to the list.
What have I been reading? I've been reading through Fantastic Four.
Yep.
I did a massive read through of the Krakoan era before we got this From the Ashes relaunch.
Mm-hmm.
And oh my God, I think I've had to have read like 400 issues of random X-Men comics over the course of 5 years.
Yeah, your brain is just
My
fried.
brain was fried. I spent like 8 months reading nothing but Krakoan era, start to finish.
Yep.
And when I finished, I was like, oh my God, there's so much I want to read. I wanted to read the current Daredevil run. They started releasing Woman Without Fear and Ryan North's Fantastic Four run. And I read through it, and oh my God, it was such a breath of fresh air. Ryan North is killing it with these books. I know I've not handed them off to you. You've read, I think issue 20 is a must read. That's the one where Human Torch and the Thing get day jobs.
Get day jobs working at a grocery store.
So I know you read through that one.
I loved that one. That was great.
Yeah, he really is killing it. I've read every single book. I actually have now read every single book because I had gotten up to like 23 and then I pulled 25 and I've been pulling ever since.
You're just that interested.
And I missed issue 24 and a random reprinted copy came to the shop the last week and I finally got a chance to sit down and finish reading through it and I love it.
You got lucky with it.
I really did. Yeah, I'm loving Ryan North's Fantastic Four run. I cannot wait for issue 27. We've been waiting a hot minute. I don't think it comes out till December, and the last issue came out like mid-October. So, and I've also been trying to catch up with Daredevil, the current run. I don't remember who's writing it. It's very good. It's all about the sins that followed him out of hell because Daredevil was like literally in hell for a minute. So,
yeah.
It's a very good book, and I'm looking forward to getting into the Woman of Tomorrow book when I have a chance to. So, Gary,
you're pretty stacked up.
Huh?
You're pretty stacked up, though.
I am ridiculously stacked up. My pull list till the end of the year is insane. I don't think I have a week where I'm just pulling like one book again till Ultimate Wolverine drops in January.
Oh yeah, you're never going back to one book.
I think the month of December I have like minimum 4 books every single week getting pulled. It's absurd.
I only have 6 books for the month.
And it's not like I'm going through and choosing like, oh, I want this one and this one. It's just I subscribe to the series.
Yeah.
And just so many books have come out. I'm gonna have to start dropping some.
Yeah, too many lists. You're gonna need a second box already.
I know. I have this nice little, was it
Secret
40th?
Wars 40th anniversary. Yep.
Of the symbiote suit for Spider-Man. I've got that box I've put all my comics in, and it's filling up fast.
Yeah, it's already
especially
about
doing
half.
this show now. So, Gary, what are our pool lists looking like for the next 2 weeks, and what are we excited for?
Next 2 weeks for me, I have to look at it because
That
I was looking into
includes
more books. I can't deny.
this week, the 13th. This episode is coming out a little late. We apologize for that. Trying to get on the ball. And the week of November 20th, which we will be releasing a new episode that week, the week of the 20th. I know for me, today I'm going to pick up Absolute Batman number 2, as well as Psylocke number 1 and Uncanny number 5. I think today is like back order day for you. Like, hopefully some of the stuff that you've missed comes in.
Yeah, if it doesn't come in, I'm not too worried about it. I would like something to pick up to read, but I'm not desperate over it.
Yeah. And the following week, what do you have on the docket? I know we're recording the next episode of this podcast that week, so we have our list of stuff and things we need to catch up on, but what's coming out for you?
For me, the 20th, I have the next Fix of Khonshu book number 2, and then on the 27th, I have Spirits of Vengeance number 3. This month for me is kind of dry. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah, November has been kind of a dry month, I feel like.
And for you saying it's dry is kind of crazy, though.
I know. Well, what was really dry was October. I mean, those last 2 weeks of October, I only had like 3 books total.
Yeah,
and that first week of October, I only had like 1, and there was a whole week I had nothing come out.
Yeah, I had every other week for October. Same thing kind of for this week or this month.
Yeah, and then December gets unnecessarily busy.
Tis the season for books.
Tis really is the season for books, man.
Tis the season for your wallet to say, "Why do you do this to me?"
Yeah, it is.
And then you say, "More books, please."
Good Lord, there's a week in January. I have 6 books come out.
I gotta update my January list. I haven't looked at the January lineup yet.
Absurd.
I only put Hell Hunters number 2 on there. I haven't looked at it really.
Oh, you're not subscribing to the series. You're just individually.
Yeah, I'm too used to doing the individuals. I'm too used to it.
And I'm going to start picking up the Ultimates here in December. So that'll be fun.
Okay.
I read the first issue and I didn't read any of the others. But they're kind of doing that like 6 issues in, and it's like, okay, that was a mini arc. Now start another mini arc.
Yeah, so that's kind of what the Ultimates are, really. It's just like you got your own mainstream of what's going on, and then it's gonna branch off to this.
Yeah, the Ultimate Universe has been doing that a lot.
Yeah,
especially now with Ultimate Wolverine, they're gonna have to somehow tie this all in. And
I don't know how they would.
I refuse to touch Ultimate X-Men. I can't bring in another X-Men book, Gary. I can't.
It's just a lot of books you got going on.
It's too many
That's all
books.
It is. It's just a lot of books.
All right. So, yeah, in the next 2 weeks, I would say I'm looking forward to Psylocke number 1. Uncanny X-Men number 5 is going to kind of hopefully show the big battle sequence they've been leading up to. Ultimate Spider-Man number 11, we're bringing back Black Cat into the fold. That should be interesting with him having a wife and kids.
Yep.
And Wolverine number 3, I think, is going to be a good little read. And of course, Absolute Batman number 2. Oh my God, Absolute Batman number 2.
I'm on the edge of my seat for Absolute Batman number 2.
You're going to be begging me to read that book.
I'll take it from you while you're not looking.
Taking my books.
Do not condone stealing.
Unbelievable. And some stuff coming up that we're excited for. Oh, The Question All Along in the Watchtower is coming out. I don't know if I'll grab that or not.
That's a DC book, ain't it?
Yeah, it's a question. Yeah, it's part of their big all-in relaunch.
Oh yeah, that's right. You were telling me about that.
So I think like last week they did Batgirl. Next week they're doing The Question. Here in a couple weeks we're getting Justice League Unlimited number 1. That'll be a fun episode for us. That I'll tease here in the first episode. We'll be doing Justice League Unlimited versus West Coast Avengers. Team book versus team book here on Trading Paperbacks.
That's going to be a read and a half.
Yeah, that's going to be fun, I think. I'm really looking forward to both books. Gary, I think this is going to be all the time we're going to have for this first episode of Trading Paperbacks. We will be back next week
That's fine by me. It gives me a time to get more books under my belt.
There you go. And of course, if you want to listen to anything else here on the Fourth Dimension Broadcasting channel, you can find us on Spotify, Apple Music. We have our own YouTube channel where everything goes up, including this podcast, as well as our bigger podcast, The Last Movie Run, which, Gary, you've been on quite a few times at this point. So
happy to always be there, of course.
All right. I've been Josh Gilliam.
I'm Gary Torres.
And we hope you have a great day.
Bye.